All right. So this is an interesting podcast. We laid this thing of beauty down, and turns out someone screwed up the recording. It's so hard to find good help these days. But what you're about to hear is a collage of, pretty much what I spent my St. Patrick's Day weekend working on. And I'd be curious to get your feedback. Let me know what you think. I had a great show, but we missed a couple pieces of it. So go ahead, give it a listen. Give us your feedback. Let me know what you think, and we'll be back on track for the next one.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
What? I need to go. I need to go. I need you to say go.
Let's go! Douchebago.
What is
How are we doing? The project rolls on, man. It is St. Patty's Day. Oh, I wish I had a leprechaun noise. Is there a leprechaun noise? Probably that Lucky Charm guy, huh?
Oh, the kids are after me Lucky Charms.
I'm not Irish, although I think everybody's Irish today. But I am sporting. I bought these new kick-ass Converse that are like green, and but they're not traditional Converse. They're the badass series.
No way.
And and I freaking haven't worn them. I've had them on the shelf for like 2 months because I don't want to wear them in the slop. And I looked at them today and I said, "Today's your day. Today you're coming off the bench. I'm putting you in."
If you have green shoes and you don't wear them this week, why in the hell have them?
Well, dude, you know that I enjoy the strange shoes. That's my thing. And these are badass. But not only that, but I went with green sleeves today too. So I got the traditional DK Podcast shirt on, but then I've got green sleeves and green shoes. Now would be the time to get to Excelsior with all the crazy drunken leprechauns. They're everywhere.
It's officially party time.
Oh my God. Well, when isn't it? I'm going down to a joint to watch the Gopher game and partake. I might get myself a NA Guinness today. Because they're delicious. They're magically delicious. Guinness makes a real nice NA beer for all of you NA drinkers. I also figured out that if you drink a regular Guinness, they're only sporting 100 calories. So it's actually a diet beer.
Whoa. Are you serious?
So get out and get you some. Let's go. Boom. Guinness is not a sponsor of this show. But if you're going to drink Guinness, be responsible.
What's new?
Well, yeah, everything's new. I got wet basements. I got wet patios. Everything's wet. I'm going to change my name to Wet. I ain't never been to Wet. They speak English in Wet? I don't know, because I ain't never been there. Say Wet again. Yeah, I'm getting it under control, though. I got my boys working on the carpet today. Get that carpet out of there. Ick. I don't know why people put carpet in a basement anyway. I mean, let's be smart. There's no place for carpet.
Got it. All right.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I have this one tenant, and the world revolves around her. You talk about somebody who the sky is falling. Holy crap. It's like 9:30 the other night. I start getting all these texts of videos and whatever that there's water on the floor in the basement. I'm like, listen, there's a weird drainage system in that house where you need to keep the basement clear so that the water can run through these predetermined cracks that dump into a sump pump and eject out the side.
Yeah.
Well, these people are hoarders, so they have so much shit in this house that they can't. So she's freaking out. All my stuff's getting wet. I'm like, what am I going to do? So she texts me like 5 times, and then she calls me like 5 times. So I'm like, I'm busy. I'll get over there in the morning, but, deal with it. There's nothing I'm going to do. It's 99% of the world of Minnesota is flooding right now. And she, so I went over there the next day, and I put a fix. For some reason, there was like a little hole in her in her in the basement wall. So it was like just pissing water. So I went over there and shot a little filler in there, and I'm going to call her, I'm sure she listens to the cast, so she'll hear this, but I'm going to tell her, you know what? You get one phone call, so use it wisely, okay? And it better not be after 9 o'clock. I mean, have some decency. Is the place on fire? Is somebody hurt? If not, why are you calling me? Oh, hey, let me hop out of bed and run over there with my tool belt. Like, come on. Hold on, I'm bringing in a chopper. We're gonna have to fix this up. Give me a break. This is stupid. So, I get it. If there's like a gas smell or an emergency, fine. But that whole basement's been wet before. We're not breaking new ground here. And she's just like, and she did that to me once before, where it's get like 7. Why don't you spend some time cleaning up, and that'll be less time you can fucking call me. Because
you shouldn't rent to hoarders.
Yeah, you obviously have never been in the business. You can't tell someone not to be a hoarder. If you want to hoard, well, I could tell them to clean it up, which I am, because I'd love to piss them off and they'll move.
Oh, come on.
Well, you're becoming a classic tenant. It's never your fault. It's my fault. I'm sure it's my fault.
It's never your fault.
Of course it is. Go ahead and pay late. Who gives a shit? Whatever. Well, there we go. Hey, you know what? I just picked up a new MyCloud hard drive backup thingy. She's 4 terabyte, dude. I can put everything on this. And you can access it. It's like the Google Cloud, but it's mine, so that if something were to ever happen to Google, which it's never gonna, but it could.
Well,
I have it. And then,
is it a monthly fee type thing?
I'm not paying monthly, because to get that kind of numbers from, I don't even know what they go up to, but as you get high, if you're paying $10 a month or $5 a month or whatever, that adds up. This was $150.
Oh yeah, storage is spendy.
Yeah, no, and this is online too, so I can have it on my phone. And Vinny Stavarino can have it on his deal, so he can put stuff in there. So, when we get the episodes done, he can dump them right in there. I got it at that place where you get that stuff.
Oh, okay.
We're not giving any free advertising out. Yeah, I don't even like that place, but I was there. No, I got it at Best Buy. They were cool. The guy's he showed me, and it's just like the Google, whatever. And I've got everything backed up on the Google, but I don't do the photos and that, because I'm just confused. So now, are they on my phone or on the Google? Are they? Come on, and I'm sure it's me. But I'm actually struggling with it. It's plug and play, and I'm failing. Whatever.
Nice little walk through the old tech corner this morning.
Oh yeah, real nice.
You know how I've been trying to lose some lbs? I hit the local gym the other day. I was all fired up, proud of myself.
Of course you are.
Real proud. Having gone there, actually, for the first time in a while.
First time for everything, baby.
Got dressed, got everything ready, and you know what I did?
What?
I didn't bring gym workout socks.
Ow!
I had my black, the dress socks that you wear for work.
Stay classy, bro.
That's all I had on me.
So what'd you do then? Did you just sport the dress socks?
Oh no, I totally did the black socks deal. Looked like an idiot, but I'm not going to leave.
Oh, yeah. I would have done that. Hell yeah. Because immediately everybody would go, oh, that dummy forgot his socks. They're going to know, so you're going to skip a workout? You're starting to sound like you care what people think. Who gives a shit? I just had a guy in here yesterday with a face tattoo. You're worried about black socks?
He has a face tattoo?
Oh, God. Yeah, he just got it. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was a good little interview, because it was fun to talk candidly with someone who understands. People are looking at me. I got a face tattoo. He goes, well, once you get the knuckles done, people know. I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. But no, he was cool. It's a great interview. That'll be our next, that'll be episode 12, you mum. But he's a good dude. I was chasing Bigfoot this week. I threw some video up. I'm sure you missed it. So I posted something last week of this absolute dumpster in Excelsior that drives around, and I
know the truck guy.
Yeah. So I was at the Barberina, and I'm like, hey, I got to go track down. I just drove by it. It's back. It's in its resting place. So I get done with my hair and I go over there and the bitch is on the move. So I went right into elusive Bigfoot tracking. Where's it going? What does it do? I got video, man. I posted it, but I posted it sideways. I did it wrong, but that's okay. I'm learning. I'm a work in progress.
DK, you are number one.
We're gonna have a new segment, dude, and it's gonna be called the Netflix Corner. Because I'm back on my 4:00 schedule where I get up at 4 and I got to check something out, and I'm not in the middle of anything right now. I finished the ranch and I finished everything. So in the Netflix Corner, is there a Netflix sounder? Nope, that's Entertainment Tonight. But half these people don't even know what Entertainment Tonight is. So in the Netflix Corner today, we're going to talk about the new show I'm in. It's called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais. Oh my God. This is so funny. It's dark though. It's real dark. But it's like what made me think of it is so Ricky Gervais' character works at a local newspaper. And the local newspaper is owned by his brother-in-law, and his wife died. So Afterlife, if you follow what I'm saying here. So he's having trouble getting over his wife's death. So he's just so like matter of fact, like I could do whatever I want here because you're not going to fire me. You're my brother-in-law. You'll feel bad about firing me. So I know I don't have to worry. But there's this one guy who keeps coming in who wants them to do a story on it. And it's like a tabloid where they go do a story on a kid who can blow two recorders from his nose, like the flutes. He blows them out of his nose. He can play songs. So they just do stupid stories like that. Well, this guy keeps coming in and he wants them to do a story on him. He goes, listen, if you guys come to my house and take a look around and do a story on my, think about a story on my house, I'll never come in and bother you again. So they're like, all right. So these 3 reporters, including Ricky Gervais, go over to this dude's house, and it's literally like you crack the door and you get in and there's garbage bags and shit everywhere. And Ricky Gervais is like, that's a smell. It smells that's like a burning. It's like in the back of my throat. And the guy goes, dead mouse. It's been there for like a year. He goes, it's behind all the trash. I can't get to it. So I can't do anything about it. And it's just like, oh, and it made me think of that. I thought of that because of that dude's car, like, it smells bad in there. But yeah, so that Ricky Gervais thing, Afterlife is, it's really good. He's like, fuck it, I might as well do heroin. So he gets this drug dealer to get him some heroin, and the drug dealer loads him up, and he's like, I don't want to shoot it, I'll smoke it. So he starts smoking it, and he gets all messed up, and the heroin dealer robs him, like goes into his wallet and takes all of his money. So then later on, he goes, hey, you robbed me the other day, and he goes, yeah, I did. And it turns out that the heroin dealer and him have similar stories. They both lost their wife, and they're both having trouble. But the drug addict obviously is a lot further down the rabbit hole than Ricky Gervais is. And the drug dealer goes, I tell you, I would actually just overdose on heroin. He goes, but I just can't afford to buy enough heroin. So Ricky Gervais goes to the wallet and slides him like a couple $100. And then in the next scene, the drug dealer's dead. And later on, the newspaper guy's like, hey, that guy who used to deliver papers for us, he OD'd on heroin. And Ricky Gervais is like, I know, I bought it. It's dark, but god damn, it's funny. It's funny. But yeah, not for the kids, but it's called Afterlife. And if anybody's familiar with the Ricky Gervais, he's got real dark comedy. But anybody who's familiar with him, and likes him, check it out. It's well worth the time. It's a good little series. He's a funny dude, and when you take the restrictor plate away, it's even more funny. More funny. Anyway, that wraps up the Netflix corner. I got a couple nuggets here I want to go over. So last week on the last cast, we talked about how this is almost a Theo Vaughn update. We talked about how I had to go to Burnsville, which is probably an hour from here, for one dance, and then and then come back. Probably seriously lock down Dad of the Year. If I didn't have it already. It's March. I probably had that locked in a month ago, but whatever. I don't want to split hairs. So the wife and I, we got all this extra time because we didn't know about rush hour. So we're like, hey, let's go eat at this place. So we went in there and it was like a glorified Perkins. So I'm like, let's just grab a pizza and then we'll go get dinner. We rolled into this Mediterranean place for the dinner, and it was really good, good. And they had a belly dancer and stuff. And I had, they have all this, I don't know, their menu's like 7 pages. Like, come on. Nobody knows what any of that says. So anyway, so we ended up having some more food and whatever. So we go over, we see this dance, and everything's good. And, the daughter actually did really well. And so we're leaving on the hour drive back. And right away when we get in the car, tensions are up. Like, I don't know why, but she's edgy and I'm really edgy. And commence cat fight, whoa, really, really serious, not like, I didn't hit her or anything, but but it was like pretty heated. So they didn't meet. I'm like, I'm done, and she does the same thing. She does the girl version of that. And so then it's silent, right? And we're really just like leaving Burnsville. So we got 45 minutes of dead silence. And I'm like, I'll show you. I threw on the Theo Vaughn podcast.
Do it, man. I like to scrapbook. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to be that bad boy with the glitter and the glue gun, son. And you think, oh, that's lame, that's gay, that's this, that's that, that's soft, But guess what? You know how many bad bitches wanted to come over and see daddy work that glitter stick, work that glue stick, work that freaking yarn ball. All of them.
Because I'm like, there's no way she can handle this. There's no way. Like this is the worst thing you can do to somebody who, I don't want to say doesn't care about comedy, but isn't into comedy and has no idea who Theo Vaughn is. Because that's like water torture. Like, you're listening to this maniac with this southern draw that, it's like a video game. You got to pay attention to where he's going because he'll bob and weave on you, and you aren't ready for that. So it was like a small victory. I'm like, I know she's gonna tear the radio out of the car if she could, because she can't handle this Theo Vaughn situation. And I'm like, and then I would do this, the little like, I get the humor. Are you getting the humor laugh? So it was ugly. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, just zero to Grenada in no time. But I showed her, hey, check out this Theo Vaughn. It was a solo cast too, so he wasn't even talking to anybody. It was just him rambling nonsense, and it was dark out, so I couldn't see the steam coming out of her ears. But it was a pretty interesting Friday.
Why were you so fired up Friday?
I went through some health stuff last week where I was like, when you're a walking medical lab like I am, there's certain indicators that make you grow overly concerned, and when those happen, and it used to happen to my dad a lot. Like, God, why is he always so crabby? Well, it's because he's afraid of dying, and I had some stuff going on that I wasn't in the best of moods, and I don't know what teed her off, but I was like, all right, well, okay, and woke up in the morning, everything was fine. She goes, sorry about last night. I'm like, you should be. That sealed the victory. Whatever. We don't ever fight. So when I get a win in a battle, I'm happy. It's good. So I segue. We go to the solo dance thing in Burnsville at the AIM Center. Nice little joint. I've been there before, but
solo,
right? First one ever. Yep. It was funny because when I got home, I went to bed because I was in a fit of rage, and I was a race car in the red.
So, Jules, I got a threshold for the abuse that I will take. Now, right now I'm a fucking race car, right? And you got me in the red. And I'm just saying that it's fucking dangerous to have a race car in a fucking red. That's all. I could blow.
And I don't like to run race car in the red. So I went to bed, but Cole had half the senior class in my basement. And evidently she came home with hardware, like a big trophy. And everybody's like, yeah, she had hardware, like, whoa, that was a trophy. And then I wake her up in the morning. She's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm just like, oh, you're she's a dancer who doesn't like to be in the spotlight. Like, that is not the appropriate thing for you to do. Like, whatever. But anyway, you know what? Someone in this room farted. We are in a breathe through your mouth situation only. Yeah, I don't know, man. We should have called this the D train because it's rolling. I had another little refreshing conversation the other day. I have a tenant who also was able to swim in her basement this week, and she was very cool about it. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. I'm glad that you're being cool about it because, well, there's some other things. Whatever. But so I go over there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is wet because it was like Swamp City, like wet. And I'm like, I understand that the carpet's wet, and I'm here for this reason. I don't know why I segued here, but I understand the carpet's wet, and that sucks. But why is there cat shit on the floor? That's not acceptable. Get that cat shit off the floor. Who lets their cat shit on the floor? Well, they're smelling other cats, and they don't pee, but, she'll throw a deuce from time to time. What? Here's something that I figured out. If you take cat shit and leave it on the carpet and the basement happens to flood...
Oh, dude, come on.
It starts to do that oil thing, where it like dissipates and starts to stain a bigger portion of the carpet, which whatever. I mean, it is what I was at a house one time for my other job, and we're walking through the house and there's like cat or dog shit on the floor. And the guy's giving me the tour of the house and he bends over and bare hands it. So then I'm like, dude, I know that you know that I saw that. And you're cool with that? Like, whenever would I'd rather go, hey, don't step in that. My dog must have had an accident, although it was like wasn't fresh. And so then at the end of that day, he wants to shake. I'm like, I'm gonna pass. So anyway, I brought this up because this gal is married to a Mexican individual who went through the process and came here illegally and went back and became legal and then came back. And now he's got a driver's license, pays taxes, and he's moving forward. Yeah, but it was really interesting because she's a Republican. And I'm not saying that she's a Trump supporter or not. I don't know. I don't care. But we actually were able to have a conversation about the whole border wall and the whole Mexican coming here and having kids so that your kids can be U.S. citizens, that whole deal. And we actually had a nice conversation where nobody got pissed, nobody, whatever. And normally you can't do that. I mean, obviously she's a Republican, so I'm guessing she's, a little more pro-Trump than your average bear. But she was totally level-headed about it. She's like, I don't agree with everything, but these systems are in place and they work. So now I'm getting it from the someone who's experienced it, the process, and it was just nice, because you don't ever hear that. Anytime everybody's got so many opinions about Trump or so many opinions about whatever, which that's fine, but don't try and force it down my throat. I'm just blown away, and the whole strap your seatbelt on. This whole political thing that's starting now for 2020. Come on. That isn't going to be any fun. There's so many people running, and I still want to throw the shout out to Mrs. Klobuchar that anytime you want to call in, email, anything, I'll be happy to take the call because I want to know who's running the Senate seat that you just got elected for while you're gallivanting all over the country to run for president. And I mean, come on. There's like 30 people running already, and we're still 2 years out. or whatever, a year and whatever. Do you really think you're going to make it to the Final Four? Like, really? I mean, okay, so you made it to the Final Four. Are you going to win? Do you think you can really get in a cage match with Trump and win? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm sorry. People might not like that opinion, but that's my opinion. I don't think so. So why not do the job you were elected to do? Because she knew she was running. Why would she have taken that Senate? She should have stepped aside. Why would you take that seat? Not that, whatever. I don't think she does that bad of a job as a senator. But you can't do both. You can't be all over the country. And who's paying for that? Come on. Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway. God, another fun little tidbit. I'm watching, I follow this comedian online. His name is Brent Gill, I think. Yeah, he's in Colorado, which marijuana is legal in Colorado, so to each their own. And after his show last night, someone's videoing him with a bunch of long-haired beard dudes, heavier guys, and he's got a joint hanging out of his mouth like a cigarette. And the guys are like pulling their shirts up, and he's like signing their stomachs or their chests or whatever. And he's because when people smoke and that they hold it in their mouth and that smoke's getting in their eyes. Except he's got a joint, and it's just funny to see that like we live in a time where you can just do that. He's in Colorado; it's completely legal. Blah 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 blah. But the reason why I brought it up is because he said he ended up going to the bank yesterday earlier, and the lady at the bank, because he deposits cash. I think these comedians get paid in cash a lot of the times, or maybe it was from merch. I don't know. But he goes, the lady at the bank goes, "You know how much coke you have in your beard right now?" And he's like, "What?" And she goes, "You know how much coke you have in your beard?" And he goes, "Right now?" He goes, "Not maybe later, but not now." He goes, "What are you talking about?" But I was just like, that is really strange for, I don't know. Yeah, like, huh. All right, sounds like she wants to party. So anyway, there's your tirade on our political segment, our college system, our legal cannabis areas. I talked to the boss, and we might be squeezing in a additional cast a week. Little solo project. I'm gonna try it. I could take all week to do it. Hey, really pretty embedded in this Red Bull Extreme Sports Series. I mean, oh my God. I don't know. I'm on Hulu now. I got rid of PlayStation. Now I'm on Hulu. And every one of these digital networks, the internet-based cable stuff, they have this, I can't think of which one it is, but it's got like every Red Bull extreme sport there is. Like I've watched more surfing in the last month than I ever have in my life. And more like the other day, there were adults on BMX bikes, like on a little dirt track grabbing big air. Tabletops, no hander, no footers. I mean, extreme BMXing. It's better than the news. It's better than reality. It's just like you're an adult and you make a living riding a bicycle. You're not a cyclist. You're a BMX bike rider. And these are like, big jumps, big whatever. And I'm like, I video some of them, and these dudes are on these little BMX bikes, and they don't have brakes, like they don't have a working brake. But I'm just like, huh? I mean, the last one I've been watching is the surfing series, and shout out to Kelly Slater. What? When was the last time? Now, be honest. When was the last time you used the word stoked in a sentence? I'm starting to mix it in a little bit. I'm starting to. I mean, if you're going to walk around with green shoes on, you got to use the word stoked. I mean, really. Maybe I might even throw a gnarly out there. I don't know. The day's early. I could go either way. Yeah, I'm just, but I'm thinking, because I've been doing a lot of this voice work and voice coaching and that kind of crap. But I'm thinking I want to get on the Red Bull circuit and be like the BMX bike announcer guy. I mean, how cool. So walk me through this. If I'm traveling on the Red Bull circuit with my BMX bike to be a BMX bicologist, I don't even know what they call them, which I should learn that before I do the announcing. But do you check your bike? How do you get your bike to the location? Like, shit, Jimmy's got to drive. He's got to bring the bike. I can understand if I'm going to race a car or I'm going to race a dirt bike, but it's a BMX bike. Like, you could disassemble that and suitcase it and not have to pay someone to drive it to the next location. Like, it's a little there's no brakes. It's two sprockets, some pedals, some wheels, and a handlebar. I mean, what else is there? I've got a house under contract, and there's 2 bikes in the basement, and one's a mongoose with the gyro on the stem, and I can't see what the other one was, but a couple of solid chromoly riders right there, man. I'm thinking that's going to be a sweet little bonus to the takedown on the house, but I don't really know. You know, I always liked the Redline bikes, but I never could afford one.
4.
I'm not going to go. You can't take a standard Redline bike and throw it on a bike rack on the back of your car, dude. You got to have a trailer. You got to have a climate-controlled trailer. So do you bring a backup bike then? Like if you taco your first bike? So you got to run two bikes. And holy shit, the Red Bull series had the motorcycle too, doing the jumps. It's next level. Like it's not the the stand on the seat and handlebar that we used to do. These guys are they leave the bike for a little while and come back while they're in the air. I could see where you'd need a backup bike for that because shit happens. But again, 2 pedals, a sprocket, 2 wheels, and a frame. I mean, there is nothing to a BMX bike. Your overhead is minor. Not that they aren't getting all that shit for free. Whoa, Jimmy's running 4 bikes this weekend? Oh, man, he must be somebody. All right, so I'm going to check off the list about Stoke. I don't know. I think you need to use it more. It's good. It's good. We got to wrap this bitch up, man. I got to go make a difference out there because that's what I do. Good one. We'll catch everybody next week as the project rolls on. So everybody have a good week, and we'll talk then.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.